The second stage in scheduling, or the final stage, is actually scheduling flights and assigning passengers to them. To do this, an authorized user would navigate to the scheduling bar. On the left, you would see the schedule option and select the third phase. Now, this would be done usually by an onshore user or whoever's authorized to actually create flights that will be happening the next day. And they really wouldn't have much need for phases 1 and 2, as that's all handled by the offshore user. So most of their work will be done in stage 3. So they select stage 3 and they'll be prompted with the flights window. This one is empty as there are no current flights being created. So we select new flight. And we need to fill some information out about it. Specifically, the day the flight will be happening, the name of the flight. Now, this doesn't have to be the final name for the aircraft. This is going to be what will show up at the heliport the next day. If the heliport changes it, that will be what it's changed to and saved historically. If they don't, it'll just be whatever they put in here. The departure point of the aircraft. This is telling the system which heliport will be getting the information we're creating now. So if we're creating flights that will be handled by Galiano, the heliport we select would be Galiano. The aircraft tail number that will be flying. If we don't know this information, we simply just select one of them. All of this information is editable by the heliport the next day. So in this situation of a disabled aircraft, or we need to upgrade to a bigger size, anything like that, the airport will handle it. We simply have to put in what we believe will happen here. The contract we'll be flying with, again, this can be changed. The pilot and the co-pilot if there is one. After this, we select Create Flight, and it will load the actual flight page. Now from here you can see all the information we just created up top, and we have an option to add flight legs. By selecting this, we're going to see all of the schedules that are relevant to this heliport for this date. So if we have schedules built for the 9th from Galiano, we select Add Flight Legs, we will see information for those flights. In this situation, I've already created 3 schedules. We're going to be flying to the MC-109 3 times. So we have 3 schedules named MC-109-1, MC-109-2, and MC-109-3. So this is going to be the first flight. So we find MC-109-1, and if we have a hard time finding it, we can search by the group name up top. There she is, and select Add to Flight. Now, by doing this, we've added these passengers onto the actual flight. Now, the tab on our left under Flight Legs will actually show us the individual passengers that will be on each leg of the flight. Now, we can also download a printout of this flight by selecting Download Printout in the top right, opening it, and this will give us an emailable copy of the flight that we can still send into the heliport just in case. And I recommend that we still do this because it's simple and it gives us a backup in case there's a problem with the online service. From here, we simply select Finish, and it'll bring us back to the main scheduling page. Now, if we go back to Scheduled Flights again, we see that we have 1 flight for Tuesday, MC-109 first flight. So we still have 2 more schedules that need to be assigned to flights at this point, so we're going to create 2 more flights. We select the date, we give it a name, we say that it's going to be leaving Galiano, it's going to be on this aircraft, it's going to have this contract, and it's going to have this pilot. We create the flight, we select Add Flight Legs, we find the flight leg that we are relative to adding passengers to, so this will be the MC-109-2nd flight. Add to flight. We see the passengers are on board. We can download the printout again for this new flight, and we can still email this in. Now, as you can tell, this has all the information that we are currently sending into the heliports, but it was easily created by a 2-step system. The offshore user is building these lists of passengers, and the onshore user actually assigning them to a flight. So once this is done, we simply select Finish, and that flight's done too. So as we go back, we'll see the flights for Tuesday. We have our first flight and our second flight. And finally, the last one. We select the day that we'll be flying. We give the flight a name. We say it's leaving Galiano. It's going to 12349, has a contract of this, has this name as a pilot. We create the flight, and we add the flight legs. And as you can see, the passengers are on board. We can still download the printout, and we select Finish. Now, on the date of the flight, so when Tuesday comes, these flights will no longer be in the scheduling field. They will be in the Flights tab on the left. So those 3 flights will be active flights, as will those passengers. All those passengers will be visible on the active page. Now, we'll be waiting for those passengers to be checked in and their statuses to be updated, like their weights and such, but their ISN statuses will still be good as what they were when they were scheduled, and any restrictions will have been overridden if they were overridden in scheduling. And that is the basic overview of what the scheduling user or the onshore flight building user does in scheduling.